Let's talk about Bring Her Back. This is a horror film, but I can't remember the name of the brothers. But the same directors, same duo brothers that did Talk to Me. They have a new film coming out that's out right now called Bring Her Back. It's another horror film. I'm just bringing up the synopsis of the film.
It's a horror film basically
Yeah.
dealing with grief
Yeah, it follows a
on
brother and
both sides.
a brother and sister that witness a terrific ritual at their scheduled home at their new foster mother's house.
No, but it's not even just that. They witnessed the death of their father.
Yeah, not this film. You seen Talk to Me.
Yeah.
So this film kind of follows the same kind of trait, where it's like it's a film that follows protagonists that are dealing with trauma. So in Talk to Me, the protagonist, the female lead, was dealing with the loss of her mother. In this one, we're dealing with the loss of the father. The father dies. Spoiler alert. We're gonna do a lot of spoilers in this one for Bring It Back. The father passes away, and we're dealing with two protagonists, a brother and a sister that are fosters. Step brother, step sister.
One, the sister is blind, which means that she relies on her brother a lot.
Yeah.
And you see how much of an influence he has until they get into the house.
Yeah.
Because he was like the vibe check. You know, you have that one friend that they're like, oh, I've met this person. What do you think of them? And they're like, that's a weird vibe. That was the brother.
Yeah. He clocked on from a minute. This
from day one, bro.
This ain't right. This is what I loved about this horror film. It's the mixture of like the relationship it has with the two siblings, and then the foster mother,
and the child,
the other child as well. We're gonna do spoilers. I might jump ahead a little bit because I love the themes in this film that has similar to Talk to Me, which I realized after watching Bring Her Back has similar to traits where it deals with the protagonist. It deals with characters where it seems like the ones that deal with emotional trauma, emotional pain, seem to flourish and somehow survive. And the ones that deal with emotional pain end up getting the worst. And the ones that deal with physical pain ends up surviving.
Mm-hmm.
So in Talk to Me, which I recommend people to watch, if you haven't, please do watch it. The child in Talk to Me deals with a lot of physical pain. They're bashing their heads into the wall, almost bleeding themselves to death. But at the end, they survive. Bring Her Back follows the same type of trait where one of the characters, one of the foster child that happens to be a child that's been kidnapped, is like hurting himself, doing horrific stuff. The knife on the teeth, probably the most grim scenes I've seen, but somehow survives at the end. But the protagonist, the one that is dealing with emotional, always ends up getting the worst end of the stick.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because in this film, and I'm jumping around with different spoilers on this, so if you haven't watched it, please do because we're going to be going back and forth about spoilers. But I find it very interesting with the protagonist talking about how their biological father, was abusive, and he only was abusive to me, but never to my stepsister.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, when it came to the sacrifice and how the mother wanted to sacrifice the stepdaughter to bring back her original daughter back, she had to drown the kid to bring back her daughter, but she couldn't do it to the stepsister, but she did it to the brother.
To brother, yeah.
I found that was like a mind
also
bubble
like
to
she
me.
drowned him in, was it a puddle?
Yeah, in a puddle.
Bro.
Yeah, she did it with ease, but she couldn't do it to the stepsister. I found that being like a little reference to how.
But then also it's the idea of like people who go through so much trauma and push to still be a good person end up really living a beautiful life.
Yeah.
And it's the idea of like you're not allowing your trauma continue to pull you down, because it does put you in a dark place where you're basically like, oh, I might as well just.
Yeah, because I felt bad for the kid. I felt bad that he died.
Yeah, no, I felt bad. I wanted him to live.
Yeah.
I really wanted him to live because he did everything for their sister. Even when it came to like reading the bad vibes of the friends at the beginning, whether at the bus stop, reading the bad vibes from the mum, he even cared about the missing kid.
Yeah, like he ran back to go save the missing kid. There was a lot in this film which feels like a film that was very much constructed in one little location. It seemed like it was a small budget, but it was a film that had a lot of heart, a lot of emotion for a horror
I'm
film.
gonna say it. This was the scariest horror film I've seen this year.
Oh, it is. It's up
Yeah,
there.
and I've like, you guys have actually witnessed my horror story
Yeah.
growth over the years.
100%. You did not watch horrors at all.
You know, and so like for me, Junior has seen me jump in a lot of screenings.
I have.
But like to have this moment where I was watching it and I was like, flip, like I'm scared. I can't look away. I can't do anything. I just have to watch it because it makes sense with the storyline.
Yeah.
That was phenomenal. And then I also like the fact that like one of the most scariest scenes is when the missing child is like screaming, but then you're hearing the national anthem of Australia, which is Untouched by that is by the Veronicas. That is the Australian national anthem, by the way. As an honorary Australian, I feel so untouched right now. Need you so like it was a really weird. Yeah, it's like it's a really weird moment.
Yeah, and yeah, it was a really good film. I think it had like two of the most gory scenes I've seen, at least for this year. With
just to also put context, because I realized I didn't do it. Is the tequila. Untouched is like the British version of Sweet Caroline.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, fair.
So like when that comes on when you're out in Oz, everyone's singing off. So like to have that be like the soothing song when he was freaking out is very funny.
Bruv, that scene, because the whole scene is basically the mother is trying to use the daughter or stepdaughter as sacrifice to bring back her daughter that died drowning. And they have a other kid that is holding the demon that needs to go inside her to bring her back. Mm-hmm. That kid, we didn't find out until later on, was missing the whole time. And the scene where
because we all thought that was just that kid, we all thought was just like her kid.
Yeah.
That she'd obviously done this experiment to, not that she kidnapped someone's youth.
Yeah.
And put a demon in them.
Yeah. And then the demon comes out by accident because of the stepbrothers doing, and then she's trying to put the demon back in him and playing music loud. I felt so sad and so like I was unable to help.
Uneased. Yeah, so uneased.
To help this kid that's now like crying, like, who are you? I don't know who you is, because the demons now came out of him and put it back in. It was a really good film. I really enjoyed it. I loved that.
And then she was like putting her hand over his mouth.
Oh
so then...
shit, that was horrible. That was horrible. And prior to that, there was a scene with the knife. That knife scene was probably one of the most gruesome scenes I've seen in cinema for a while, because I never watched the Saw films. So watching that was a lot. A scene where the stepbrother's cutting up the watermelons, the melon, giving him the fruit, but he's holding a fat knife, and he hands the knife to the kid to take the melon, and the kid just takes the whole knife, like the whole knife,
and it slices a bit of his hand,
and then he takes it off. Then the camera follows the stepbrother as he goes into the cupboard to get like a bowl to put the fruits in, and all you're hearing is the kid eat the fruit. But as he's eating the fruit, you hear the sounds slowly change from just chewing to hearing metal teeth hitting metal. Then the kid turns around and sees nothing more than the kid just biting on the knife as hard as possible. Then the stepbrother tries to take the knife off of him, and the knife gets stuck between his two teeth, and you just hear, I was like, blood clot.
And that was like the moment where I realized how much my like film critiquing like experience has changed, because I was really appreciating the sound in this film.
Oh shit, yeah. That's
like
when horror films
it was
do the best.
Really good sound.
Yeah.
The sound direction and design was phenomenal. And then afterwards you're coming out of this scene and he's dragging him to take him to the hospital.
Oh yeah.
And he's like because he can't come out of the circle.
He came out of the circle and he's like vibrating. This was a really good film. Really good film. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm looking forward to do next. It's funny because
they were originally meant to be doing Street Fighter, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, they dropped out for whatever reason, I think.
But you know what? I think that's a good thing, because they have a certain way of telling stories, and I feel like as much as Street Fighter would have been great, they have a different direction, and I want that for them.
Yeah, original IP.
And then like when it comes down to it, They started off on YouTube.
Yeah.
And anyone that I hear has started off on YouTube, I want them to win. Because I was a
Yeah.
hardcore YouTube kid.
Same. So see YouTubers. I think that's gonna be the new thing now. Seeing a lot more of YouTubers becoming directors or transitioning from YouTube into Hollywood. I think that's gonna be the new trait. I saw a weird stat that not even Gen Z, but is it Gen Alpha?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them,
They
what
don't
they want to
watch
be,
TV, they
what
watch YouTube.
but what they want to be growing up, the main thing is a YouTuber. All of them have said they want to
It's
be a
either a
YouTuber.
YouTuber or a streamer, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's the top job roles for them. So we're gonna see a bunch of like young creatives on YouTube on the field there before. I think the route's not gonna be going to university to study film production. It's gonna
It's just
be
playing about on
making my own
YouTube
stuff. Yeah,
from the start. And
yeah,
like, I hate to say it, we're the cool kids right now.
yeah. We were the pioneers.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bring It Back was amazing. I think what's next for them is they're still working on doing the sequel to Talk to Me. Personally, I'd rather have them working on another IP, just
Yeah.
do another original story. But Talk to Me was really good, so I'm not mad at them doing the sequel
And
to
you
it.
know what? I would want it to be a little bit like, because they're Australian, aren't they?
Yeah.
I would want them to talk about something a little bit more social political.
Mm.
And I know it might be a bit difficult for them to step into, but I want them to discuss the traumas that the Indigenous people have had in Australia, because I feel like a lot of people forget about that.
Yeah.
And there's a story to be told, because then people learn. It's about how they approach research prior to that makes them good enough to do it. And I
Nice.
genuinely think they're amazing to do it.
Cool.